If you consider yourself a hard worker, you should totally watch this video. In this video, I discuss about transitioning your hard work, like in your job, and transitioning it to your life. So I have some key points listed. I would consider myself a hard worker. My family always has, like, I guess, tried our best in jobs, careers, or just socializing or everything in general. And I'm not saying that we don't work smart. We obviously try to work smart too, but you shouldn't work your life like you shouldn't put all your focus and all your energy just on your job or your career. And in this video, I'm going to discuss some key points. Let's just jump straight to it. Number one is just learning how to treat my life as a job. It's kind of ironic because this video is just about not not focusing on your job, but sometimes your life is a job, because if you keep letting things slip, they'll continue to slip and nothing else will happen. So let's say, like, in my personal experience, I have trouble staying consistent in the gym. I'm a skinny guy, and I always try to say, like, oh, I'm gonna work out tomorrow, or starting next week I'm gonna do this. And I didn't really start doing it until I guess kind of just realized, like, I've been saying this for the past months and months, and I've gained no progress. Why don't I just start now and just stop making excuses and start going to the gym? And that's what I've been doing for a few weeks now, and I really enjoy it. You know, sometimes I have this voice in the back of my head, like, oh, you should just wait till tomorrow. You know, that's that procrastination that I have, and sometimes I can be bad at procrastinating, but not really anymore. But treating my life as a job, like, if I don't do this by the end of the day, then it's like life or death, I guess. It's something serious. I'm not saying you should pinpoint your life like, oh, if I don't do this, blah, 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 blah. What I'm trying to say is that you should set some goals for the day and just check mark it when you do it. Like, let's say every week I record videos at this day or whatever. I don't have to record it in the morning. I don't have to record it at night. You know, I don't have to record it at 3 p.m., 4 p.m. As long as I record it within the day, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's nighttime, morning, afternoon, just in the middle of the day. It doesn't matter. As long as I get it done, I'll check mark it off. And that goes with chores and everything in life. So that really helped me, like, I guess, discipline myself or be more responsible or independent, as you say. So treating my life as a job, as ironic as it sounds compared to this video title, it really helped me out because I used to be a big slacker. But let's just jump straight to number two, is realizing that your job or your employer shouldn't get the best version of you. And I know it kind of sounds like discouraging, especially if you're like an employer. Like, if you own a company watching this video, you're like, why is that? Well, the reason I have for this is that you as an employee should have, you know, you shouldn't put all your energy into your employer, because at the end of the day, a job is a job. A lot of people treat their job like their family. And and I understand why people do that, because, you know, some people just don't have any friends to hang out with. But that's besides the point. You shouldn't treat your job, or your job shouldn't get the best version of you just because you yourself, you have to be good for yourself. You don't have to be good for other people. And I know that sounds that I'm sorry. I know that kind of sounds crazy. I don't know why I'm starting so much, but that kind of sounds crazy. But your job shouldn't get the best version of you, because you should get the best version of yourself, because you're always working on yourself. You're always living, you know. It's your body. It's your soul. You're working, but at the end of the day, you come back to your house or car or anything like that, and you're by yourself. At the end of the day, you have yourself. So if it wasn't for the job or blah blah blah, if you were dead home, or if you were homeless, you would only have yourself. And that's why I believe your job shouldn't get the best version of yourself. I'm not saying be a slacker or be lazy for your job on purpose. I'm just saying you shouldn't put all your energy and time into this job if the job is not, I guess, rewarding you in ways. And I know you trade time for labor, and, you know, yada yada equals money. But your job shouldn't get the best version of yourself. You yourself should be the best version, if that makes sense. And Number three is learning, I guess, delayed gratification. And a lot of people do not know what delayed gratification is. Because I see a lot of my friends and family, they always act on impulse, or, they always see this like, I want it now. And whenever I tell them, like, oh, you can wait, like, why don't you wait this amount of time and just get the better one? Like, for example, let's say, like, let's just go with Apple. The iPhone 17 came out recently, and at least for me, I usually just wait till the next year for the next flagship to drop. So iPhone 18, and then I buy the iPhone 17 because it'll be probably $200 off. This phone is iPhone 13, and I got it whenever the iPhone 14 released, and it was so cheap, brand new, and for what? Just for being a year old. And same thing goes with cars pretty much. As soon as you drive it off the lot, it loses so much percent of the price, because it's already used. It doesn't matter, like, if it's brand new. If you trade it back in, chances are that you're not gonna get the same amount of money back, or even a year after or a few years after, you won't get the same amount of money back, even though you babied it. And even if you didn't drive it enough, they'll be like, oh, it's a 2022 version. This is 2026, guys. Like, even if you treat it and you maintain it really well, it doesn't matter. It's a depreciating asset. But, of course, it's different when it comes to houses. But even in the house market, things are kind of crazy. People are willing to pay that price, so that's why prices are listed so high. I myself rent. I don't see myself buying a house for a while. But that's number three, delayed gratification. If you learn that, then you will be set for life. Let's say, like, for instance, I'm 20. Everyone around me always, everyone around me has these nice cars, like all-wheel drive, Civic, EG hatch, and I understand those are the cheaper cars, like 90s Hondas. They're cheaper, or Integra, or Civic Type R, or Camaro SS, Mustang GT, even nicer trucks like, I guess, cammed 5.3 liter Silverados, Cat Eyes, stuff like that. But delayed gratification is, for me, whenever I see people like that, I mean, I'm not hating on them, but for me, it's like, oh, wow, in a few years, I'm going to have that thing, or not even that. It was like, maybe even that, like, oh, in a few years, I'm going to have that all-wheel drive setup, or stuff like that. And I could get it now, but in the next few years, I'll have more money saved, so I'll feel comfortable spending that money, if that makes sense. That's a kind of a bad analogy, but that's what delayed gratification is. It's like, you can get it, but you would rather save for the next better option. So let's say if I really wanted to buy a house right now, it's like, oh, my budget's only $150,000, which kind of sounds super, super low, which it is, but in my state, you can actually find houses for sale, but they kind of be in the middle of nowhere. But, like, instead of settling for that $150,000 home in the middle of nowhere, which I'm not saying is completely bad, but instead of doing that, why don't I just save up for like 5 more years? Then I could get like that $300,000 home. And granted, I won't have it all in cash, but I qualify for it, and I will build my career up and earn more income and qualify for it, which kind of ironic, but you shouldn't do, because if you qualify for a certain amount of a house, you shouldn't get it because it's the max amount. You should go, I believe, like, at least for me, I plan on going like 25% below, under that max mortgage approval, because you don't want to spend your whole entire month of working just to pay that mortgage. But yeah, that's point number 3, delayed gratification. Number 4 is just realizing that you need to build your own life. And what I'm trying to say about that is, whenever you work hard for other employers, you're going to build their wealth. They're letting the money work for them. Because chances are, you're an employee, you're going to trade your time, your effort for their money. And you get, like, not even a 1% wage back or something like that. Like, you don't even get 1% of the company or anything. I know, I'm sorry, this sounds weird, but I don't know how I would explain it, but You get little percent off, and that's your wage. And they get all this money. Granted, they have other employees too, but that's besides the point. Is just build your own life, guys. Don't always rely on this. Like, let's say you're into driving trucks, like semis. Let's say you drive semis till you're like 55 and you don't do anything else in your life. Like, what else do you have to offer now since you're like going into retirement? You kind of have no life skills. All you ever done is drive trucks. And I'm not disliking truck drivers. I know truck drivers are the bare bone of the society, or just everything in life. But you have to build your own life and skill sets, and you shouldn't build other people's wealth. You should also build your own wealth. And I understand I work 9 to 5, like, oh, why is he saying this if he's not unemployed? Oh, he must be making a lot of money from this content creation, which I'm not. Of course I'm not, because I'm a small content creator, but you have to build your own life and focus on other things besides work. And that's point number 4 for you. Just build your own life and stop treating your life as, I guess, just stop focusing on your job so much or your career so much. And I understand it's a big thing in life, but there's some people in life that never focus on a career and they end up being more mature than people who always just stay in the same, I guess, mindset or something like that. Like, they're always just staying in the same spot. It's like, oh, I've been working in the same company for like 50 years. And compared to someone who's been like job hopping and they have a higher wage because they job hop. But that's another video to discuss about job hopping. Anyways, that's point number 4. Last point is just learning how to transition your discipline into real life and not just work. So for me, I'm always a hard worker. I show up early, show up early, show up on time, work my best. I try my best. I don't try to slack. There are times, I'm human, I understand, blah, blah, blah. Like, sometimes you don't want to do that, even though it takes like a little, it's like, oh, it's so draining. But learning how to transition that hard effort that you put into work, into your own life, will change your life. Like, for example, I didn't really want to pick up this camera. I've always watched other people record in front of the camera and talk about financial advice or motivational talk or even podcasts. I've always just admired them from a distance, and while I was doing that, I was just working my ass off. I was like, wow, they have it so nice. I mean, I literally wasn't like that, but some people are. But anyways, transition your hard effort at work into your life. And I'm not saying, oh, be lazy at your job now and just focus on your life. And some people do that, but a job is a job. At least for me, I'm an employee. I don't really care what other employees do. I understand, like, some people take it so serious. Some employees take it so serious, like it's life or death. Like, oh, why is he like 5% below in sales compared to everyone else? Like, this is a team effort. Like, you're kind of making the employer more money by focusing on your job too much. And I understand you're trying to get a raise or stuff like that. Or maybe that is your job. Maybe you are the manager, but you got to realize that, like, we all have lives behind work. Work isn't your whole entire life, guys. But that's all I have for today's video, guys. Those are 5 key points as to why or how I did transition my work ethic into bettering my life. And if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and see you guys later.